Big changes are coming for Canadian employers hiring temporary foreign workers. The federal government has introduced new rules that could allow certain multi-location employers to hire more low-wage foreign workers than the usual 10% or 20% workforce limit. So, who qualifies, how does the new calculation work, and what does it mean for foreign workers? Let's break it down. On August 18, 2026, Employment and Social Development Canada, or ESDC, updated its rules for the low-wage stream of the Temporary Foreign Worker Program, or TFWP. Normally, employers can have no more than 10% of their workforce made up of low-wage temporary foreign workers. However, employers in certain in-demand sectors, including healthcare, construction, and food production, can generally have up to 20%. The important change affects employers operating multiple small work locations. Under the new rules, when an individual work location has fewer than 10 employees, the employer may be allowed to hire one low-wage temporary foreign worker at that location under the 10% cap. For employers in the qualifying in-demand sectors subject to the 20% cap, the limit can be 2 low-wage temporary foreign workers per location. Previously, this alternative calculation was available only when the employer had fewer than 10 employees nationwide. Now, ESDC can apply it based on the number of employees at each individual work location. This matters because a percentage-based calculation could otherwise produce less than 1 worker, or fewer than 2 workers for employers subject to the 20% cap. The government also explains that workforce calculations include full-time and part-time employees, temporary foreign workers with approved LMIAs who have not yet started working, and vacant positions requested through LMIA applications. Part-time employees working an average of fewer than 30 hours per week count as 0.5 of an employee. Another important point, a position is considered low-wage when its pay is below 120% of the regional median wage listed through the Federal Job Bank. In Ontario, that threshold is currently $36.92 per hour. Positions paying at or above the applicable threshold can fall under the high-wage TFWP stream, which is not subject to this workforce cap. Employers still need a positive or neutral labor market impact assessment, or LMIA, demonstrating that qualified Canadian citizens or permanent residents are not available for the job. Since March 13, 2026, provinces have also had the ability to increase the low-wage cap to 15% for employers in rural areas. Low-wage employers face additional responsibilities, including paying workers transportation to and from Canada, ensuring suitable housing costing less than 30% of the worker's pre-tax income, and providing private health insurance when provincial or territorial coverage does not apply. However, there is an important restriction. Since September 2024, employers in urban areas with unemployment above 6% have generally been barred from obtaining or renewing low-wage TFWP permits because of the LMIA moratorium in those areas. And remember, most Canadian work permits are actually issued through the International Mobility Program, or IMP, which does not generally require an LMIA. For 2026, Canada plans to admit approximately 60,000 workers through the TFWP and 170,000 through the IMP. So, this new rule could be especially significant for employers operating several small locations across Canada. But eligibility depends on the employer sector, location, workforce calculation, wage level, and LMIA requirements. If you're an employer or foreign worker trying to understand how these changes may affect your situation, get professional advice before making an application. And if you found this update useful, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more Canadian immigration and work permit updates.